evening, everybody. So it's so weird that Craig said, he'd bring his notes along and then the next thing he doesn't even take one look. Because I thought when we arrived earlier this evening, we're on par. I've got notes, he's got notes, we've got a thing going, and then he totally just smashes it. So thanks for the pressure, Duty. It's so great to see you all here tonight. Thank you so much for coming out. I'm just going to touch on a couple of things that I've observed as someone who, as Fred said, is a rising star. Maybe it's time I own that. I've had a great honor of having worked in advertising, marketing, and public relations before I got into, the media side of things, being behind the mic, being in front of camera. And that's given me, I think, some great insights into kind of what happens on, both ends of the stick. But today I'm just really going to talk about how I've experienced this new craze of influencers and social media marketing and what it means to me as brand Pearl Shongwe. So I think, there's a cliche and it goes, in order for us to know where we're going, we've got to know where we come from. And I think so often we miss the basics. As cliche as it may be, that's the tweet, that's the quote. Hello. That's exactly what we need to go back to. I find that as brands, we've stopped asking ourselves exactly what it is that we want. Do we want purpose or do we want popularity? And trust me, there's no shame in wanting popularity. If you come up to me and you're from a brand and you want to give me a great outfit from a fantastic Cape Town designer and you want me to post about it or whatever for likes, that's okay. I can do that. Or someone else can do that with 2 million followers and they can get you the likes that you want. But be clear about what it is that you want and be shameless. Come on, it's the 20th century. We really can be shameless really about what it is that we're looking for when it comes to influencers and what we want. So if you want purpose, also be clear about that. So if you're going to approach someone to promote your product or you want to appoint them as a brand ambassador, or you want to do a great campaign with them, just be honest about what it is that you expect from them. Because that gives us the lead, or we take your lead as people who are in the space, influencers, so to speak. We take your lead as the brand. So if you come across as being vague and you're not sure what it is that you want, but you're just going to send a product and you hope that, I don't know what you're hoping for, you're not going to get any sort of result from us. And you're going to be left shocked, quite frankly, as a brand. I can't believe I gave Pearl Shongwe 10 pairs of sneakers, and she totally went off-brand, but you weren't clear. So help us help you so that we're all moving in the same direction and we're all speaking the same language. If you're here for the quick fix, or the quick likes, the quick hits, for the lowest price, communicate that to us. Simple. Another thing that has really struck me about the space is how afraid South African brands are to engage. I think there's so many examples, but I think one that really strikes me right now is the Caster Semenya fight, on and off, ongoing fight with the IAAF. And I think about how many brands had an opportunity to really step up and engage us when we were at our most emotive as South Africans. Not many did, but Discovery did. That made me sit up and pay attention. They didn't run from, what might the international players think, or no, we don't want to get our hands dirty, or oh no, it's too uncertain, we don't know, we'll just wait for the outcome, or they just went straight for it and they were strong in their messaging. Once again, they knew what they wanted. It wasn't popularity, maybe it was, but they had purpose. They knew exactly what they wanted to get out of that. And it was to get us talking, it was to get us backing our golden girl, it was to get us to really look at ourselves as a people and get us to say some truths about ourselves and who we are. And that was powerful. I woke up to a Twitter storm when that ad came out, because it was something we could all relate to. So if brands are gonna shy away because they see or they perceive something as a threat, and they run instead of engaging, it makes it very difficult for us to trust them as consumers, as influencers, as people who have these amazing platforms that afford us the opportunity to, get into the minds and hearts of South Africans. So, and I'm not just saying that because they're sponsoring this, but well done, Discovery.
Girls, clap now.
And then I want to talk about, and this is something that I've personally struggled with when brands approach me. The initial communication is always amazing. The tone is so excited. You're so on brand. We'd love to work with you. We love what you stand for. We love what you post. We're so aligned. Until I tell them my value. Then suddenly it's, KPIs and dodgy, just dodgy things that happen. She's saying exposure, and I'm sorry, exposure will not pay for this fabulous outfit I'm wearing by Cape Town designers. Exposure don't pay the bills, guys. There's someone on social media, and I think it was Vusi Tembegwa, and I think I had to really write this down because I wanted to remember it. But he said, when you find yourself negotiating a price with a client and not the value, then you're talking to the wrong person. You're totally talking to the wrong person. Because think about it. You're from this multi-million rand income generating brand. I'm just an individual who's got a level of influence that you would like to tap into. If you are not willing to meet me at the level where I think I'm worth, then you're taking away my bargaining power. You really do hold all the power. The brands do. So we find ourselves in tricky situations where we sometimes have to lower our value or our perceived value. And at what cost? And to what end? It's discouraging. If I'm so on brand, if I'm getting their interaction, if I've got the numbers, which I personally don't, but I've got great engagement, the reach, then you're going to pay me. You're not going to shortchange me. And that will automatically make me want to give you so much more out of what we're doing. And that also speaks to alignment. So if you're asking me also to step out of what I would normally do because we want to try this exciting new partnership, because we're not going to box ourselves, right? We're going to try and explore, we're going to try do new things, we're going to try have a different approach, then can we find some sort of middle to work from? That's just going to make life so much more easier to navigate. I don't think it's rocket science. And to be quite frank, and I hate the term, but no one wants to be a beggar. Because if you take away my bargaining chip, I've got nothing. Now I've just got to accept the scraps. And no one wants to be a beggar. And then there's alignment. I think we really got to remember what our essence is as brands, what our brand character is. You know, our character, people will say your character is what you do when no one's watching. And if you don't come across as being authentic as a brand, if you come across as not knowing what your brand character is, what your brand personality is, then there's no influencer that is going to help you. No one is going to help you. It's just going to take everybody going back to the drawing board and try to figure out who they are as a brand. So I'm hoping to expand more on the points as we get into the panel discussion, but basically, I just think we should all get back to basics. And this is not just to, you know, the brands or the big brands. It's also to us as young influencers, as young social media marketers. You know, be honest in what you want. What are your objectives? Why are you going to promote a Sunlight bar soap the one day, then Lux the next? That also doesn't make you look good. So in as much as we're asking the big brands the questions, we've also got to ask the same questions of ourselves. And where it is we want to take our influence. Is it popularity? Is it purpose? You know, we really just got to start at the beginning, because this is, it's tough for all of us, and we're all just trying to figure it out. But let's help each other by being honest, by being authentic, by remembering who we are, so that we can all map a way forward and see where, you know, where we can find ourselves in the future, or find each other. Thank you, guys.